Okay, so good evening, everyone. We're gonna, Rafaela, are you there? We're gonna start with the meeting because I have my other class in 1 hour, so I don't have a lot of time. And if you are agree, we can start with the topics because we have a lot of things to discuss this week. Um, Hi, Liliana and
So I'm here, okay? I'm just trying. I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Rafael. So, what's it here? Who can, Liliana? Can you read topics because uh, I have a message here that I can minimize my screen. Ah, there is Samantha too. Hi, Samantha.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Yeah,
So
nice to see you.
let's start with the meeting, and someone of you can read the questions that we have to discuss. Have to discuss about the agent, the agency.
I can read the question, but just give me a moment, please.
Okay, thank you, Liliana. I'm gonna take.
Okay. The first question is, how might conditional parenting grow out of a parent's way of being?
Okay, so it's about the conditional parent.
I can answer this question.
Yeah, we can discuss about the parenting, the conditional parenting. What did you understand about the readings this week? What was the most important thing that you remember because we have a lot of to read? And yeah, Liliana, you can go ahead.
Okay. I remember that a conditional parent is the kind of parent that, for example, say to their children, if you don't do that, I won't love you anymore. Something like that, right? And that means their love is conditioned by their good behavior. I didn't know that that kind of conditional love existed, but when I remembered, my husband used to say to my daughter, if you want to get a new phone, you need to call me. I am not obligated, but you because I am your dad, and you need to be obedient. That bothered me, but I didn't know he was this kind of father. And when I read this part, I just remember that my husband used to use this kind of conditional law with my daughters. And now, because I have this knowledge, I understand that this is so bad, right?
Yeah, thanks, Liliana. And yeah, I when I read the readings, and we add this knowledge, as you said, that to condition the love is is very useful, I think, with the in the parenting because we do all the time, and we are saying all the time to our children, if you do that, if you make silence in the meeting, I'm gonna give you something. So I understand this week that that's wrong. that is a mistake that we are doing. Well, I was doing, and I am trying to change my mind and change the way how to talk to my children, and that the love is not conditional to the good behavior. That is what we are learning, that the behavior is not the important thing. Is that the important is that the children understand the real sense, or the real truth why they need to do silence in a meeting, for example, or why they need to be sit down in the sacred on Sundays in the sacred meeting, on the church. They need to understand the real sense. That is what I learned too. I don't know if Samantha or Rafaela wants to say something. So, so if parents heard it's at peace, are their children more or less likely to perceive their love and interactions as conditional? What do you think about this?
Well, I think if a parent's heart is at peace, their love won't be conditional, because they're going to love their children for exactly who they are. There won't be any conditions on the love that they have for their children. It won't be, I'll love you if you do this or that. It'll be unconditional love. So I think the children would absolutely perceive the love from their parents at a deeper level than if it was conditional. If they were trying to um, do certain things to gain their parents' love, that makes it so hard. And then children end up changing themselves to try to please their parents. And then they kind of lose themselves because they don't know who they are anymore. And we take that right into adulthood, right? Because we just, we don't, if we didn't please our parents, then we don't feel like we can please anyone. So I think unconditional love from parents is amazing. And I don't know how many of us got that, but I mean, we can certainly give it to our children. And I'm so grateful that I've learned about that I can give unconditional love to my children, no matter what they do or what they don't do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say sorry about some of the things that you guys are saying, but I agree with Samantha. I also have learned a bunch from this class about unconditional love, and I agree with the kids. I think they can feel our mood when we are like in a heart of peace or in a heart of war. They kind of go with the flow. I think it's incredible how they can feel it, and they will react according to our um kind of heart at the moment, I think.
Okay. I was taking some notes. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, that's true. The unconditional love. I think that as mothers, all love our children with unconditional love, but it's just these things of the education that about the behavior that always is the first part in our mind, that sometimes makes that we we have these little mistakes to condition the I don't want to say the love, but to condition the love to for a good behavior. But when our children don't complete the task or have a bad behavior, also we continue loving their with unconditional love. But I think that this means about how we have to do that our unconditional love works good and according in the parenting. I was thinking that. Uh, okay, and let's continue with that. So, okay. Do you think the influence pyramid is a quick fix approach to behavioral problems in children of all ages? Why or why not? Mhm.
I don't think so. I think it is important to consider the child's development. I think how where the child is, and also the all the children, they are different. So I think there are things to consider um before we can we can say that it works for every children. I don't think it works like that. We have something to consider in order to fit the pyramid according to the child. I don't know if I'm making sense. So I think it will require some adaptation
Um,
and flexibility.
okay. Mm.
Well, I think it's building a firm foundation for strong character and strong relationships. And I don't think it's a quick fix at all. Um, I think it's a really strong way to show love in relationship with your children and not just the surfacey kind of stuff, and I really like it, and I like it more and more the more I learn about it. I wish I would have had it when my kids were growing up.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with all of you said, because I think that this pyramid, this pyramid is not a quick fix approach to behavioral problems in children, because I consider that it takes time. It takes time to apply this knowledge. For example, building relationship will take time to build the necessary confidence that children need to have better communication. Is similar that Samantha said. Uh, Maybe one approach that is quick fix is when you use timeout, because you stop this kind of behavior. But when you use the influence pyramid, is more than it has to do with communication, with teaching, with building a relationship. It takes time.
Right. Oh, I love that example. My parents used to just toss me in my room, and I used to lay on the floor and hit the door with my feet because I wasn't going to let you forget that I was stuck in my room, right? That's how they punished me. And there was no talking, there was no just get in your room. And that didn't teach me anything. It just taught me that I was bad. Right. And they'd leave me there for hours. I'd get stuck in there and they'd forget about me. That wasn't good.
So according to those examples, what do we have to do? What would be the best way to no, I don't know to give ¿cómo se, a punishment, a good punishment?
Mm. I don't know if punishment's even the right word. I think it's correction.
Okay, correction. Yeah.
Right? I think we kind of got to get to the point where it's more like correcting their behavior instead of punishing them, because I don't know that punishment really works. I think we have to get really on their level and try to correct their thought process, like try to get on what they're trying to think about and see if you can show them a different way of thinking, or a different way of like a different perspective, you know, because whatever they're doing to get in trouble with you, obviously they're not Christ-centered at the moment. They probably don't want to hear that, but if you can change their thought process, like, I know this doesn't feel good right now. You don't feel good when you're acting like this. I know, because eventually somebody's going to end up crying. It always ends up that way. And you're not going to feel good, and we're not going to feel good. How can we change this? How can we stop this before it gets to this point where everybody can feel better about playing with each other? Like, how can we stop this from happening? You know, and put it on them and find out if they have some ideas of how they can change that situation from going skewed that way. Maybe we could just limit the time that they're together, 10 minutes at a time, or limit time on screens. That's what I had to do. I mean, they could not be, I mean, they still fight when, I mean, in their 30s, and they still fight when they're playing video games. Holy moly, craziness, right? They're so competitive. Boys are competitive. It's crazy.
Yeah. Thank you, Samantha, for you. Okay, let's go ahead. The next. Okay. Now, how well does the anatomy of peace or unconditional parenting do at helping both parents and children understand and honor agency? Sincerely, I can do it. Okay, sincerely, I can read the first chapter, so I don't know what the book says. So if someone can.
I bet Lily does. I bet she has a good answer.
Okay. I think that both of them remind us that we must love our children as Jesus taught us when he was on the earth, right? And I think we can love our children unconditionally with love, compassion, and with respect. I don't know, maybe if I am wrong or not.
I think that's wonderful.
I
Have
think
good answers.
I was just saying that I think what we have learned from both the book is about health relationship between parents and kids, and and the self responsibility of each part. I don't know. But relationship, I think it's all about like health relationship between parents and their children, I would say.
That's good too. I think we have to have boundaries with our kids, and I think they have to know that if they overstep this thing, then this is going to be the consequence. But the hardest part is keeping those boundaries, being consistent with the boundary, because so often we get either lazy or like, I don't want to deal with that right now. Right. And so we just let it go. And then then they decide, well, obviously mom doesn't care that much, so I'm going to try it again. And if they get away with something, then they feel like they're in charge, which they don't like at all. They don't ever want to be in charge. They want to know that their parents have their back and will keep them on a tight rein. So we have to just they have to know what the parameters are. They have to know what the boundaries are, and we have to keep them to that. And it's hard, especially at first when you put up a new boundary for them. It's so hard to keep it up because they're going to test you and test you and test you. And, but they need to know that we're in charge. The grown-ups are in charge, right? Because they don't want to flail around. It's like having a tightly swaddled baby. That's where they're most comfortable. It's the same with kids. They want to know that they are tightly swaddled, like safe. So they can do bad things, but they have to know that there's going to be a consequence. And that's giving them their agency, right? At least that's how I took that question.
Yeah, it's about the agency. Okay, so what do you think if we discuss about how we interact with children if we are not supposed to be negative or give praise?
Which one are you on?
The number 7.
I thought we were on 5.
I'm sorry. I make a print of the page.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't print the other number, so could you read? Sorry.
Yeah. Number 5. Once things calm down, should Alfie and his wife proceed with the normal evening routine of snuggling with her and reading a story together?
Okay. It's about Alfie.
What do you guys think about Alfie?
I think it's a hard question because we as parents, we after like what happened, we wouldn't be in the mood of going just continue with the routine. But thinking with trying to think with a harder piece, I think they should just continue with the routine and go take her to the room and read her books because that way we would show her unconditional love. And she would feel like unconditional love. So yeah, I think as hard it is for us, like because we go out of the mood too. Like we are stressed and everything, but I think that would be the right choice.
That's what I do. Anybody else want to share on that one?
I don't understand all the idea of Rafaela when Rafaela says. I don't know if it's the connection or not, but it's a little hard. It's
Well, she was just saying that once they corrected the behavior, then they could go back to being kind and loving
okay.
and reading the story and doing the snuggle. So that
because I think they were about to go to bed as I can remember, right? And then she throw the tantrum, and the question is, what the parents do that? Do they like just continue to do what they were going to do, like go take her to the bed and continue off the bedtime routine, reading books to her after her tantrum or not? That's how I'm understanding that. I don't know if I. So that's why I said, as hard as it is for our parents, I think we should continue with the routine for her unconditional love.
Okay.
I like it. Lily, what did you put for that one?
Liliana? Liliana is not there.
Did Lily leave us? I can't see them on my phone, so I can't tell. Okay, well, we'll go to the next one. She
Yeah.
can jump in if she wants to.
Yeah,
If I think it's Cohen's decided to put Abigail straight to bed, what lesson do you think she would be actually learning? Oh, she says she has issues. Lily's having issues with her phone or something. Okay, so if they decided to put Abigail straight to bed, what lessons do you think she would be actually learning? I don't remember what happened with Abigail.
I can read.
I think
Marciela?
it's,
Oh, good.
I think it's I think I already answered, but I think if they don't continue with the routine, she would think that they have unconditional love for her. Okay, they just love me if I behave well. If I don't behave well, maybe my parents will not love me. That's what I thought. I can't remember Samantha what happened after. Did they, or maybe I can't remember what happened.
Either.
Maybe they didn't say.
But I think you're right. I think in any situation, I think she would start feeling just like, oh my gosh, they don't love me anymore because I misbehaved. Right? And I think that's the wrong message for sure.
Yeah. For all the reasons, I think.
Mm-hmm.
This is the message that we send to our children when we act in this way, that we don't love them because of their behavior, and it's not good to do
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, I'm glad you're back. Lily came back. She found us.
Yes, I don't know what happened because it's raining here. Maybe this is the reason that I have bad connection in this moment.
It's raining. Oh,
Yes.
yeah, it's raining a lot in my country too, and it's very cold. That is why I'm with a jumper, a jacket. Okay, yeah, it's really good all of this. So if our children have a bad behavior, that doesn't mean that we don't love them. So how to say that with a heart of peace while we correct them, and when we correct the behavior, that is the cue, what we have to do. Yeah, I was thinking many things, but it's hard. It's hard, but
Well,
it's good that we are learning.
you're so right in the middle of parenting right now. And it's hard because sometimes we don't like our children. We're
Yeah,
just like, get out of my face. Right? So it's hard to show love when they're being brats. Oh, it's horrible.
yeah. Every step when you are very angry, you must stop and think. So, what are you learning?
The pop.
What
Yeah.
you want to say? And this pyramid of influence is really, it's really important. How the parents need to be this real connection. So letting the screens, letting your phones out of the conversation, and look at to your children to to their ears and really hear them and be a good influence and do the right thing. So if you don't want to, if you have to say to do something, you must invite them to do it. And how you let me see how you do it that they complete and the task. Yeah, it's a little hard. Hey girls, I have just 5 minutes in this Zoom. It is not an unlimited Zoom. So it's
better.
telling, yeah, it's telling me that we have just 3 minutes. So I'm gonna to stop the record and send another link and to connect and to complete the task. Do you think it's right?
Oh, because
Okay.
you probably can only do unlimited if it's only 2 people.
Ah,
Hmm.
yeah, this is the first time that I do this. So yeah, it's telling me
I'm proud of you.
we don't have any time. I'm scared. Ugh, what's going on? Yeah, so I'm gonna stop and we come back in 1 minute.